Me and Jimmy have to listen to this.
Oh, you do?
Yes, we have to listen to it.
It ain't much.
Well, because they were trying to, like, spin it.
Well, I think she was hoping I was going to be a stark raving lunatic.
Right.
And, you know.
She was probably warned about you.
Kind of early.
When we were listening on the after show, our observations were that it seemed like she didn't want to accuse you of anything so that she could step back and say, hey, whoa, I said that. Because she was doing the thing that Jim always points out where she goes, well, people have said that. And people's opinions are that.
So what? Next time they do that, you got to go, which people?
What people is that? What people are those?
Exactly. Give me names. People. What are you talking about? And I point out to Anthony that that's the famous lady that's in the Chad clip. Chad.
Yeah,
you got to talk to that lady.
Because she was in Atlanta.
Do you have that clip? Chad.
She was in Atlanta, and I was in New York, of course. So they did that thing where, you know, I got the city behind me to show that I'm in New York.
What part of the city did they give you?
It was just, you know, a
green screen and that shit.
A chunk of Manhattan. And, I was on kind of the other screen, kind of doing that whole thing. But, yeah, and then Opie reminded me that that's who I was talking to. I didn't even know.
Yeah, man, she's famous to us.
I'd have said something.
Filled in with some air, not as lower pressure. But Camille...
Chad.
Let me talk, Carol.
Translate that for us. I don't know what that means. What does that mean?
Well, if you would let me talk. Camille was 908. And so this is actually now not in the Northern Hemisphere, unless you were obviously trying to get under a hurricane.
All right.
Carol.
Thank you, Chad.
All right. Just having fun with it this morning.
No.
Did he throw his paper down?
Yes, he was very angry.
No, he's not just having fun with her. He wanted to call her a C. A
cunt.
Yes.
His big
he wasn't having
day,
fun.
His big Katrina day with the weather, and he's trying to give barometric pressure, and she'd had it.
I've never looked at him differently.
Oh,
I mean,
no.
the same, I should say. Sorry.
No, he's
a little early.
He grabbed his papers and he's shaking them.
He's the go-to guy, though, now on CNN for anything weather-related. Even with the cruise ship, he was explaining how it's going to be hard to get into Mobile, Alabama because of the currents and this and that. And he just loves it. But don't interrupt him. Chad.
So condescending.
How great is that?
You say that every time you see him on TV?
Absolutely. In my head, I just see Chad. Here's Ann talking about drones on CNN.
They're stunning, aren't they? They're gorgeous. Still, it is a drone, and it can get a lot closer to these homes on Long Island. It's all up to the operator, in this case, Anthony Cumia. And Anthony joins us now from New York. Good morning.
Hi, good morning.
First of all, tell us how you operate your drone. Do you have a special room in your house? How does that work?
Yeah, I got a room in my house.
What?
I got a bunker in my house.
Why don't news people know basic shit?
I don't know. I guess she's a...
I've never flown one, but I just know you don't have to have a special room in your house.
I guess, everybody... You know what it is, because everybody thinks a Predator drone.
Right. Yeah, but she's on the news, so she should know that.
She should have done a little
And it helps the story. Like, look, you don't even need a special room. You could just go outside and start flying this fucking thing.
Exactly.
I wish you had lied and just told her, yeah, I have a...
you know something? I did the most generic interview here. It was, almost like a man-cow phone call that I did.
You need to do some lying, though.
I could have...
Remember old school when we had to talk about the water incident?
Yeah.
Can we play that today, too?
Oh, boy.
That blew it for us, especially me.
That was it.
They want our expert opinion, and then we were going to be the expert guys on any radio story, but we blew up our spot.
Yeah.
With what's-her-name, who we actually really liked. I've seen her in the neighborhood since. She will not say hi to me anymore.
One from MTV.
Yeah,
and we used to like be friendly toward each other, but she knows that we purposely blew up our spot.
I remember that now.
They had Anthony on the phone. I'm on another phone.
Oh
and
boy,
what was that for?
For the
We for we.
Yeah, the lady that fucking died from drinking too much water. So they went to the experts, us. And Ant's just fucking quoting weird, just fucking shit that was, hot on our show at the time.
Yes, that was bad.
You got this? Fuck it. How long is this?
It looks like it might be the audio of you guys playing it back. I'm not...
Oh, really? Do you have it, D-Rock?
I'm looking for it.
All right, look. If you find it, let me know. Let's get back to Ant on CNN yesterday.
Well, it can be remotely operated with a regular radio control unit that you'd see people using with toy model airplanes and whatnot. Or it can be autonomously programmed to go to a preset location, carry out whatever you want it to do. In my case, it's photography, and then return to where it came from.
In my case, it's photography.
Just want to make sure everyone knows it's photography.
I am a creep.
In my case,
I was covering my ass already.
Do you believe him, Jimmy?
It's photography.
No.
I'm a professional photographer now.
In my case, photography.
In my case, photography.
Yeah, I like to send this drone up into the sky to take pictures.
Yes. In my case, pretty much terrorizing my Jewish neighbors.
Yeah.
While this thing buzzes up and down the street. I don't know what they think. They're driving their cars, they're trying to park their cars, and this thing is buzzing up and down the street, just buzzing.
Just making its rounds.
Yes,
its daily rounds.
Making the rounds. It really is.
Yeah.
It was going around I sent it around the block.
Do you announce to your empty house, all clear?
All clear.
All clear.
Just checking people's paperwork up and down the block.
Right.
I sent it around the block, and you see people like one guy who's walking his dog, but they don't look at it all angrily.
Do you really just send it right down the street?
Yeah.
Like
down
low?
the old street.
Couple hundred feet off the
I like
ground?
keeping it above the treetops.
Yeah, a couple
just
hundred,
in case. Right? So, but yeah, I send it around the block, but you can see the people that are like out. They look at it, but they're smiling because they're kind of like, oh wow, that's cool. That's something,
Right.
I don't know what it is, but it kind of looks cool.
We're old enough to see a few of those dumb little helicopters.
Exactly.
They think it's probably one of those things.
Yeah, just kind of a little toy roaming around the neighborhood.
They have no idea what that could accomplish.
Meanwhile, I'm looking at them.
In my case, photography.
In my case.
You want to hear that again?
I certainly do.
In my case.
In my case, photography.
No, why? Because it's so not believable.
I know. I was
in my case,
lying.
Photography.
I was just
to go to a preset location, carry out whatever you want it to do. In my case, it's photography, and then return to where it came from. Either way, you can view where it's going and what it's doing through a monitor system that's on the drone itself, and has a video downlink that I could watch as it's cruising through the neighborhood or wherever I deem to send it.
So is it difficult to operate?
It's not easy, but it's not very hard. With a few $100s, you could get one to practice on before you want to send a few $1,000s up on 6 propellers. It's relatively simple. It's more than a toy, but less than you would see something that would be firing Hellfire missiles.
I just want a very interesting for a photography habit. You buy a practice drone. You buy a practice drone and get used to it, and then you buy the really good one for photography.
I had
in my case, it's photography.
All right, I had the small drone that I had gotten, which was like $300, and it had a camera on it, and you flew it with your iPad, but it was very easy, and you could kind of get the physics of one of these quadcopters down.
For your photography.
For your photography.
In your case, photography.
And in my case, photography.
He's trying to make people think you're